Hello everyone, this is Kathleen and I'm here again this morning on New Year's Day. I'm so pleased to wish you a happy new year. I hope this is a great year for all of us. I hope for that. Um, I have a quick thing I just want to show you. I'm getting everything kind of ready for my next project. Well, actually I have a number of projects. Um, you remember that I have these journals that I need to finish. I have this one. This one it's fabulous. I'm looking forward to doing that. I have this one that I need to sew the signatures in, and I'm going to decorate that one. I have another steampunk book that is ready to go, ready to decorate. Pretty happy to be able to do that one. And then I have this large journal from the summer that I did that is partially decorated and partially not. So I'm going to try to finish that one this month. So that's 4 journals. And I may end up doing another one. I'm considering doing another Just Junk journal for January. I am collaborating with Meadowbook Journaling with her Junky January. My video is appearing on the 3rd, and it's pretty cool. I hope that you'll come back on the 3rd and see that. So I may just go ahead and do another junk journal. And then, but this is another one that I am excited about. I have a whole list of things I want to do. Anyway, I want to do some dark forest, fairy tale, grim. I don't want to do way dark, but I do kind of want to do a fairy tale, deep forest kind of journal. For some reason, that's just calling to me. And so today I want to begin making some elements for that. And I have some vintagey things here, but I want to dye them. And so I'm just going to stuff this in to this. And, you know, not everything dyes well. Some things will, like this is pure linen. I'm sure it is. It's a scrap, so that's going to dye well. This, however, is probably not natural. It's vintage, definitely vintage, but I don't know what kind of fiber it is, and if it has, I just don't know, but we're gonna see. Anyway, so there are natural fibers that are gonna dye well. This is a little bit of vintage rickrack, baby rickrack, so I'm gonna put that in there. I know that's cotton. I know this is cotton. This is already dyed, so I'm gonna coffee dye it and make it darker. That's, by the way, called overdying, which is, you know, when you spin wool and dye wool, then you know about overdying. We have colored sheep, so there's already color in their wool naturally, but so when you dye naturally colored wool, that's called overdye. Anyway, so this is just a little piece of fabric we're going to put in there. This is definitely not natural fiber unless it's rayon. It's also vintage, and it could, because rayon is vintage at this point, but I don't know whether it's going to take the dye. Probably not, but we'll see. That's already dyed. This is definitely polyester. This is food packaging from onions or cantaloupe or potatoes or something, but I am going to put it in there with the rest of it. So just some colored fabric, some printed fabric. We're just going to see what we get. There's some more green fabric that's going to go darker. Here's some camo fabric that's going to go darker. This is some vintage lace. It's going to go darker. This is also some vintage antique lace, probably at this point. We're going to put that in there. Yeah, just some rib. This is not natural, so we'll see how well it dyes, but but we'll see. Oh, those go in today's project. I'm going to put that in there. Oh, that's what this is for too, today's project. Yeah. All right, so this is some cotton, I'm sure. This is pretty. I almost don't want to dye it, but I want some dark things for this project. So I'm just going to stuff a bunch of, this is an old zipper. We'll see how that goes. Some fibers, just some scraps, some ribbon. This is some, not sure, some fabric scraps, some tulle scraps. That's some ribbon. Anyway, I'm just going to dye. This is a polyester fabric scrap, but we're going to see what it turns out like. Okay, so I'm just going to stuff all of this in here, and I'm going to leave it for a period of time. That's why it's in this bowl. Let me just get although I'm not why I'm worried about my hands. I can't tell you, because good grief, my hands are in bad shape right now because of that dyeing project that I did for the 3rd. So we're just gonna put that in there, and I'm gonna let it sit for a period of time, at least all day and maybe overnight. We'll see. I'll check it later and see how it goes. Yep. So there we go. And then I'll let you know how that turns out. But that's going to be hopefully some great stuff for me to use in this dark forest. Where's some paper towels? Baby wipe will do, I guess, in my dark forest journal. Okay, so all right, now while I have you here, I'm gonna do 2 ephemera pockets for this journal. And so I'm just gonna make book page pockets. That's what these are. I have just some little things here. I have used these fussy cuts out of this plant, non-flowering plant, ferns, mosses, lichens, mushrooms, and other fungi. There we go. Anyway, so I have these, and what I'm going to do is I want to alter the paper first of all. So I'm going to use some smushing with forest moss, and then just a brown. This one's vintage photo. So we'll spray that and just smush. There's some green first of all. It's just gonna kind of color the paper first. And give that just a little bit of a dry. I want to smush some brown, so I don't want it to mix too much in the beginning here. So we'll do that. And then just a little bit of brown on top. And why 2, you're wondering? Well, I'm either going to make 2 journals with this theme, or I'll make 1 journal and just maybe an ephemera kit or something with the other one. So I'm going to make at least 2 of everything. All right. do a little bit of a stamp, and what I have is a tree stump. So I'm going to use this brown, and I'm going to go about right here. All right, so that's that. Dry that off a little. Because now I think I'm going to make watercolors, and I'm going to take just a little bit of water, and I think we'll do that little bit of screen, and just put a little bit of color behind there. That's not too, that's a little bright. So what I'm going to do, I'll have to mix a little brown maybe in it as well. Just to kind of darken that a little. I just kind of don't want. Yeah. Okay. That looks good. All right. Put that away. Now, what I'm going to do is put these fussy cut mushrooms on there. So I'm going to put one here, and the other, I have to kind of build a little bit of a but I want to put some of this behind it. So we're going to do some of this mesh first. Then a little bit of cheesecloth. And then the mushrooms. Let's start with this big one. The cheesecloth needs to move up a little. There. All right. just thinking, don't mind me. Yeah, I think we'll put that one here because that one kind of matches that one. Oh, that's not, doesn't have glue on it. So we'll put this one up here. Okay. This little tiny one. Okay, there's those two. I think they're pretty cute. Now, I was thinking about putting this, but I think I'm going to leave that off and call those done. But one more thing I want to do. Oh my gosh, this is already 16 minutes. Sorry about that. I'm going to do some of that edge. I want to just make the edges grunged. All right, get a little bit more down. I think. There we go. I like the way those have turned out, I think. So we're going to call that good. And there's my two pockets ready for this new deep woods or dark fairy or something. There might even be some fairies in there, so, or fairy tales. I don't know. It's a dark fairy tale woods, something like that. Anyway, I'll let you know. Thanks for being with me. We'll see you again.